going live because don't have time to edit up a video or whatever. But so we got Tank Davis now is going to be facing Isaac Gonzalez. Isaac Cruz, known as Pitbull. And actually, his name really is like Isaac Cruz Gonzalez. Like a lot of the Mexican fighters or Hispanic fighters, he has two last names. However, a lot of them drop off that last name. Like Canelo Alvarez, for example, his last name isn't really Alvarez or something else. I can't remember what it is. But Isaac Cruz Gonzalez or Pitbull Cruz is 22 1-1, and the guy has a lot of gameness to him. Guy can punch. He can box a little bit. Well, he can box pretty well. I watched several of his fights. I think probably about 6 fights back. I think it was Chris Rader, but I might be wrong. But somebody, we were on Marlowe's corner, and somebody kept saying that, this guy was probably gonna, one of the most unknown, best unknown or least known 135 pounders, and saying that this guy could give a lot of the top guys tough fights. So that made me start paying attention to him. And he's a guy that PBC puts on a lot of cards, and a lot of people tune in to watch these fights. So the guys got pretty excited. And to be honest, I know the build up isn't going to be what the build up for the Rolly Romero fight was, or could have been, especially as everything progressed. But be that as it may, I do think we're getting a better fight. I think Pitbull versus Tank is going to be a better fight than what we were going to get with Tank versus Rolly. Just my opinion. I mean, we'll never know because we're getting this fight. But that said, I think Pitbull gives, he's gonna come in and he's gonna try to, if he fights like he usually fights, he's gonna try to bring the fight to Tank, and that's gonna create openings and opportunities for Tank, but also could create openings and opportunities for Pitbull. So we'll see. This guy stands at 5'4", so Tank should be a little bit taller than him when they face off. When they get in the ring, kind of. I think it'll be similar to Tank versus Gamboa in terms of the size matchup. I'm not sure what Pitbull's reach is or anything like that, but I do think that Tank has the reach advantage as well. But we'll see. Both guys, both skilled fighters. I'm excited about the fight. Not that I wasn't excited about the Tank versus Rolly fight. It kind of grew on me. Initially, I was very, very bitter about it, and but it got to a point where I started to appreciate the fight for what it was. Wasn't excited about it being on pay-per-view, but I started to appreciate that we were getting the fight. And the same thing with this one. I mean, this isn't a fight that I want to go run to my TV and click that buy button for. And that's no knock on the fight itself. It just, to me, isn't a pay-per-view worthy fight. But I'm not even going to sit here and say that I won't buy it. I want to see the fight. I want to see Tank in action. And I think this is a good matchup. So I probably will end up buying the fight because like I said, it's actually a pretty good fight. My hope is that they'll put a solid undercard together to make it worth the money. But aside from that, it's still a pretty good fight, and I definitely not gonna wait days out from the fight. I'll go ahead and say now I do expect Tank to get the win. But that said, there's a lot to be seen between then and now. These guys still got to get through camp. You got to see them on the scale. So I definitely am not saying that my prediction is a Tank win, but going in right now, I'm expecting Tank to win. If no different than if somebody had asked me, if somebody had asked me when the fight was first, just kick it around. Hey, who do you think wins the fight between Tank and Pitbull? I'd have said Tank. So that's where I am on it. But that doesn't mean that my final prediction is gonna be that Tank wins. Like I said, there's a lot to be seen between now, over the next 4 to 5 weeks. There's a lot to be seen. We know that Tank's had his issues on the scale. Hopefully, we don't get a repeat of that. But if we do, then that has a little bearing on how you pick fights. But hey, I see people coming in the chat. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking about saying anything. Hey, if y'all saying anything in the chat, it's not showing that to me. I apologize, but salute to anybody that is out there watching. Say I got 2 in here, 3, 2, 3, whatever. So anyway, hey, thank y'all for stopping by, listening to me, whoever it is. But like I said, I think this is actually an upgrade in terms of the fight we're getting. Kind of like I thought when Chris Colbert was supposed to fight Gamboa, and Gamboa was coming off of injury, and then he ended up having to pull out, and they brought in no, Gamboa was coming off injury. My mistake. Coming off 2 losses in a row. The Haney loss after the Tank loss, and then he ended up having to pull out of the fight with injury, and Colbert got to fight King Tug. I feel like we probably got a better fight than what we would have got with Gamboa. But I could be wrong. But be that as it may, we got what we got here, and it's Tank versus Pitbull. Not gonna be Tank versus JoJo Diaz. Not gonna be Tank versus Devin Haney. So this is the fight we got. I'm not mad at the fight. Probably was a better fight had they picked this fight instead of Rolly to start with, but I understand what they were trying to do with the Rolly fight, and in a way I kind of could appreciate it. And quite honestly, I would have been glad to see the fight play out, and let young Rolly get his opportunity, but at the same time, let there be an opportunity for young Rolly to be humbled a little bit, and young Rolly to potentially be shut up. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting this fight. So like I said, I'm cool with it, and I look forward to the fight. But that's all I got. I'm gonna go ahead and get on off here and pay attention to the road and make my way on to the job. That's all I got on D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.